What's up, Rooks? Welcome back to All the Castles, a show where we visit all the castles in the UK. Today we are here at Dockray Hall here in Penrith. Not the most impressive. I'm pretty sure that I would not be able to tell that this was a castle without the context of being here. But aside from that, it's connected to a pub of which is not open today. There's some information that we will spew to you now.
Hello. Yes, as Simon said, this is Dockray Hall, one of three castles within the town of Penrith. You saw we did one on the main castle in Penrith a couple of years ago, but there are two others. This is Dockray Hall, and it was actually built as an outpost of Penrith Castle by Ralph de Neville, grandfather of Richard III, and this was apparently Richard's home while he was carrying out renovations on the castle. And there is a rumour that there's a secret tunnel connecting Dockray Hall with Penrith Castle, which would be 307 yards long. So Ralph built this round about 1397 to 1399, and it was later extended in the Elizabethan period. So the rest of the buildings on either side of the tower have date from the late 1500s. As you can see, it's now got a modern roof and modern windows, so it's just the structure. Now, in 1719, it became a pub after being relinquished by a family called the de Whelpdales, and it was called the Gloucester Arms because of the connection with Richard, and they've played on it a bit, and I'll show you something round the front.
Let's go. Oh.
Right, now as I mentioned, unfortunately the pub was still open, had a good reputation as a restaurant until recently, but it's now looking for new ownership. The arms you can see above the door here, I think those are Richard's arms because he used the wild boar as his symbol, so I think those are Richard's coat of arms. There's a plaque up there telling you about the idea that he stayed here. And these, I believe, are the arms of the de Whelpdale family. I don't know what happened to the hall after Richard was killed at Bosworth, whether it went to a sub-branch of the Neville family or was confiscated, but it ended up in with a family called de Whelpdale, and they're the ones who sort of built the Elizabethan building, and this is their coat of arms. Looks like it's three dogs, wouldn't you agree, Simon?
Yeah, you can see the collars on them.
Yeah, this seems to be quite well endowed dogs as well, if I'm not mistaken.
But you can sort of see it on camera. The dogs have a penis. Oh, could you care to explain to our viewers what happened to Richard in the Battle of Bosworth? Because I'm quite interested in that.
Well, okay. Well, the general consensus is that the battle started and it wasn't going as well as he wanted to, and then he noticed that Henry VII, Henry Tudor, his rival, wasn't particularly well guarded, so he led a cavalry charge to get to him and nearly got there before the treacherous William Stanley decided to throw his troops into the battle against Richard, and Richard's force was overwhelmed and he was sort of hacked to pieces.
Oh, cheery. Thank you.
What's up, Rogues? Well, we're still in Penrith here, and we're looking at Hutton Hall, which is this square building here. and it was built around about 1397 by William Strickland, and was later integrated into part of a cottage. That's in the 16th century. Then round the front, Hutton Hall is 18th century. So the medieval bit's been a bit crowded out. As you can see, it's got modern roof and chimney, but it's still got the small medieval windows. Can you notice there? And it's actually 4 stories high, so this was actually a taller tower than the one at Dockray. But it's now very much private property, so we can't really get any closer than this. So if we can see a bit more going around the other side, we'll bring it to you. Okay.
Right, well, that was the only view you could get of this particular peel tower. This is the front of the building, and it's now being used by the Freemasons, and it has been being used since the 17th century, again by the Freemasons. So yeah, Hutton Hall, Masonic Hall and Castle, very cool.
Okay.
What's up, Rocks? Welcome back to All the Castles, the show where we visit all the castles in the UK. Today we are here at Hutton John Peel Tower, which is in Cumbria. We are now in a sheep poo infested field, getting a nice shot of the tower from this perspective. Yeah.
Okay. Right, as Simon said, this is Hutton John Peel Tower. It was built sometime in the 14th century by William de Hutton as a protection against the Scottish raiders, and then it remained in the de Hutton family until 1570, when by marriage it passed to the Huddlestons, who I presume as the Huddlestons at Millom. And from then on it's passed down until it's finally ended up in the hands of a family called Fraser. And various wings were added to the tower over the centuries, but it's pretty much, the tower itself is unaltered, and it's got 4 stories, and you can see there's still the original parapet. I'm not sure the roof is original, and at one point I think it was Ferdinand Huddleston opened up the gardens to the public, but that isn't the case anymore. I was rather hoping, because they run a holiday estate from here, that we would be allowed into the grounds, but instead Mrs. Fraser would prefer it if we just stuck to the public footpath. So I'm hoping that we might be able to find an angle that gives a better view, but if not, this will be the end of the video. Okay.
Thank you very much for watching, and subscribe.
Yeah, this is the view from a bit further on. I think this is about the best you're going to get from the public footpath. But obviously if you stay at one of the holiday cottages, you'll get a much better view than we have. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
What's up, Rooks? Welcome back to All the Castles, the show where we visit all the castles in the UK. Today we are here at, actually I don't know the name of this one. Oh fucking hell.